Hi, Juliano.
Hi, can you
I
hear me?
I make you host, and you are the interview lead. So you know how we take interview, right? Question you have. So I will listening mode. I'm going to record this meeting, and Joem, please switch on the camera. We're in the process.
So,
Thank you.
sorry,
Make
can
sure
you
it's
hear
there.
me?
Okay. And let me record this meeting. Recording on the cloud and
Recording in progress.
Juliano. I'm getting quickly say I'm principal architect, Ricardo is the manager, engineering manager, and Giuliano is a senior engineer. And you just tell about the format of interview will be just tell about yourself in a couple of minutes. We're going to go pure technical, make question, and what we work. The process of the interview is that to check that not about assessing you, it's about assessing that how we can use you in our project actually. A fit between you and the project, our work. Right? That's it. It's not about someone's skill set, no or don't know. This is not the idea. It's idea about finding perfect fit with our team about that. Right? Okay.
Okay, sounds
Thank
good.
you. Yeah. Can you tell something about yourself?
Okay, well, I'm a software developer, 17 years now. I work as a Java developer. On this time, I had the opportunity to work both with full stack Java, in more recent years, back-end Java, and JavaScript for the front end, especially using Angular. So I was full stack developer on those roles. So I did maintenance on the front end side and creation of new APIs or changes on existing ones. So that's a very brief of those years working as a Java developer, or full stack developer.
Perfect. I have a couple of questions. Then Giuliano, you can take over, and Ricardo. So in the Java, right, there's a class called string, right? What is a string class means actually? So no, let's put it different way. Suppose let me directly. A string is mutable or immutable?
Okay, strings are immutable.
Immutable,
Yes.
right? Why?
Because once you create a string, you don't modify it. It will always be a space on the memory for that particular string. So if you do a string plus...
No, I agree. Okay, that's I answer.
Okay.
Where the store stack or in the heap?
Yes, the strings are in the heap.
Okay. What is the difference between string builder and string buffer?
Oh, well, string builder and string buffer, I really don't know the difference
Okay,
between
that's
them.
fine.
But we use them to build strings.
Okay, no problem. Which country you are? Which country you located right now? Which country you live?
Sorry, can you repeat?
So in which country you live? What is country of location?
Okay, I live in Brazil.
Brazil. Oh, which
Yeah.
city? Which city? San Pablo, Rio de Janeiro,
Yes,
Brasilia,
it's São Paulo. São
San
Paulo.
Pablo. Okay, okay. Thank you. Giuliano, yeah, you can ask question.
Sure. So tell me about your experience. Have you used just Spring Boot before? What are you currently working on?
Okay, well, I'm currently working on a banking company that uses Java with Spring Boot. It's Java 17 that we use there. And we have a backend API that is consumed by native, both iOS and Android applications.
Okay, tell me about the architecture of that system.
Okay, well, the main pattern we use there is MVC, so we have the separation between layers of the application. We have the REST controllers as the view, let's say. Then we have the business class where we put business logic. And finally, we have Spring Data repositories to store and retrieve data from MongoDB. So that's the architecture of the backend, and we have REST as the communication protocol which applications use to interact with us.
So it is a monolithic application, right?
No, it's sorry, right, that it's a microservice application. We have a lot of different small projects, which one for a domain of the business.
Which technology does those microservices use? Are all Java or have some mix?
Oh, on my side, they are all Java, but the company has other technologies too, like Python, .NET, but I just work with the Java part there.
How those microservices communicate between them?
Between them. In fact, we run on the cloud. You mean infrastructure, or if I have a microservice that needs to call another?
Right. Let's say you have some event or something happening on microservice A that you need to be aware on microservice B or vice versa.
Okay. Well, we use Fang clients to do this communication between microservices. And at infrastructure level, we have Eureka, but more related to balancing, things like that. So, in a short answer, we use Fang clients to call one server from within another.
Have you ever used Kafka?
Yes, I used Kafka as a asynchronous tool to make sending of emails in another company. So when a user was registered on the application, I put a message in Kafka. Then I had a consumer reading this queue from Kafka that sends the email asynchronously. But before that, I worked with RabbitMQ, which is very similar to Kafka in a more complex environment to handle the data stream from large volume of data. So we had Spring XG and RabbitMQ. So RabbitMQ did the things that Kafka do. It's a similar product for that.
Can you describe me what will be the most important concept in this? So you're describing you have a producer, you have a consumer, you have a queue. What will be the important concepts? Let's say if you want to implement something in Kafka or in the technology that you used, what will be your main concerns to ensure that this communication between microservices doesn't fail, it's scalable?
Okay. Well, if we have Kafka using it together with the microservice, so I know that Kafka has some configurations to make the queues persistent. It's not the name in Kafka, I guess it calls not queues but topics, right? The places where you put information. And you can make those topics persistent by some configurations in Kafka. And once you use a framework to interact with Kafka, you are sure that the communication doesn't fail. So once you have the framework and the configurations in Kafka, they must work together well without data loss.
What kind of databases have you used?
Okay. Well, most of the time I use the Oracle, MySQL, Postgres. I mean, they are relational database, but currently at this project we use MongoDB, and I have used Pivotal Gemfire, which is a similar DB to MongoDB. It's a NoSQL DB.
All right. Let's say you can use for a messaging system, you can use Kafka or you can use an SQL database or Redis. Which one will you choose, or what would be your describing the scenario on which will you pick each technology?
Okay. Well, I always think of in-memory database or even Kafka and something like that as a way to achieve more performance on my system. So if it is a business, a use case that you don't need a lot of performance, I guess it's okay to use a relational database and a microservice only. But if it is something that you need more performance, then sometimes just putting things on in-memory database is enough, but sometimes you need to use that together with queues in order to make processing of large amounts of data. So I worked on a telecom company in Brazil where we did specifically this job. So we had some parts of the system that had poor performance, then we put in-memory database as a proxy. Let's say we used RabbitMQ and QoS to populate this in-memory database more quicker, and so the user request did not go to the table, to the relational database. It goes to this in-memory database, acting as a proxy to boost performance of some endpoints on the system of the company.
How did you identify the issue? How did you come to the conclusion that using an in-memory database will be the solution?
Okay, well, the problem was mainly at the moment, the part of the data flow that takes more time was the one related with the returning of the things from the relational database. So we could identify, even with a database that uses index and optimized queries, that was not enough for such scenarios. So we had to put things on the in-memory database. But I was just a developer at this project, so when I joined the company, it was like a team specialized in doing it on different situations and different systems of the company. So the architecture team had identified that before, that the point where the performance were bad was on interactions with relational database.
Well, what if you have that same kind of a scenario, but instead of DB calling, it's a call to a third-party service? What can you do in that case to improve the performance?
Okay, maybe could be something similar to a cache, so we could maybe do imagine scenarios to get some data that the user may need before the user actually prompt for that information. So, for instance, if a user logins on the system and I know there is a good chance that he needs some information from the other system, I can do it before he opens the screen. I can go to that system with using, for instance, a Kafka queue to get that information, put on an in-memory database. So when the user clicks to open the screen, the data is already there. Could be something like this.
Okay, cool. I'm going to send you a link. It has it's a web editor. Okay. Has an exercise. So if you can share your screen and work on that exercise, no rush. Okay. Just think about it. Hit me up with any questions.
Okay. Let me open it here and share my screen. Please let me know when you can see my screen.
Okay.
So now let me just get the link. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me a minute, I will get the link here. I lost it in Zoom. Because I use Microsoft Teams on my current job, I'm not very familiarized with Zoom. So, okay, the link is here. And where is my screen now? Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Refresh the page. You should be. There you go. There it is. All right. have a picture there for reference in case you need. It's those old school phone keyboards.
Okay, so
Yeah, no.
it was 2, 3. Well, for this example, 2, 3. So it could be 2 and 3.
But all the combination of the letters.
Right.
Okay, so we have A and D, A and D. Oh, okay, I got it. So for the keys 2 and 3, I can have all those letters here and the others here. Okay, I think I got
Yep.
it. This is Java.
Yeah, write the solution in Java.
Okay.
Click on reconnect, disconnect from time to time.
Okay, great. So now one thing I would need is a list of string to infect a map. This map will be my keyboard. Let me just write it here. So I will have a map from string to string. When the first string is the index is the key I'm pressing, and the other are in fact is a list of string here, which is the 3 letters I will store here, the 3 letters that that key has. Keyboard, new hash map. Okay. So I need to populate this keyboard. Good. I need to do the list, in fact, list. String to be a key. Maybe use array would be better, but I'm not very used to array, so then a key dot put a ABC, then on keyboard I put for 1, then I put it's not a key, in fact it would be 1 key, since this list represents the letters on the 1 key. So I will do that repeat for all the keys. Then when I have an input with digits, I'll do something like this. Well, this is a string, right? The digits.
Yeah, those are examples.
I will do it as a traditional form. I will do for all the digits on my list. Then what I have to do is get the key, right, for that position. Should be dig.char at I. Maybe that needs to be a character instead of a string, so let me change something here. And this keyboard will be a map from character in the list. Okay, so I will do let me ask you something. The input will be how many? Can be from 2 to 9 digits or not?
That's the keyboard. The keyboard has 2 to 9
and the
keys
digits
that have letters. And if you're asking for the length of the string, you have it on the constraints part, line 21. So you can have from 0 to 4 numbers. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
but
got it.
you were right. The digits will be between 2 and 9.
Okay, I got it. So you can have the most digits is 4. So the bigger combination we can have is with 4 digits. I got it. So okay. So let me think about this for a while. If we have 2, we can have A, B, C. Okay. Maybe I could find some recursion here later, but okay, so I get the digits. I will need a list of character. That will be my response. Okay, then response dot add key. I will add the key here. Let me think about it for a while. ED.
All right.
So here I'll get all the characters. Then for each character, I will get from my keyboard. I need to do some more logic here. Okay, I have the character list. I will get from the keyboard. Word.get from this key I'm pressing. Then for each string on this list. Okay, for each string here. For each string here, I will have to combine it with the next letter. The problem here is when we have 1 or 2 or 3 positions, this maybe needs to be a function. Public list. I need some recursion here. Let me just put a tab here. Get keys. So I can have string digits. Okay, so I have the digits here, and then what I need to do. This problem is a little outside of the thing of things I used to program. So let me just put this as a parameter. I need to do this. I get keys, digits, response. This is the final return of my code here, and then inside this I need some way to do a combination between the things I have here. Okay, so here I'm getting the letters for if it was only 2 digits, it would be easier, but since I can have until 4 digits here, so I have to combine, then that's hard to solve. Let me write it as it was 2 digits only. So I have character list. Maybe for each character here. Here I'm getting the things for the first character. Man. Maybe I need a map here, map. I really don't know how to solve this. Because I need to combine two lists in fact. So here I have the list of the first key. Okay, maybe I can have I need, sorry by that, but I'll need to change the solution. So, okay, forgot all of this. So here I'm getting all the characters that I'm using, right? So I guess that needs to be a map. A map only with the characters I'm sending on the digits. So it will be keys pressed. So here for each key I have, I will add it on my keys pressed. Keys pressed. Okay, so key character list. Then after I do that, I will have all the letters that are for. So here I have the full keyboard for all the numbers, and here I will have only the keys pressed on this list after this 4. Then I need only to combine those numbers. So I have A, B, C. Okay, so now it's easier because I need another 4 here. I will do this for to iterate on this guy here. Okay. Then once I iterate over this guy here, what I want from here. I want to get the first then I iterate over the second. Express dot key set dot length. Okay. The problem, when I have only 2 digits, I can find a solution, but when I put the 3rd digit and the 4th, my solution will not work this way. But let me write first for 2 digits.
Right, do it for 2.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, do it for 2.
Okay, great. So for 2 digits, I will only get keys pressed dot keys. It will be a list of such. Okay, so I have this guy here, then I'll get the first letter here. It could be a list, no, not a list of string, list. First letters equal key expressed dot get. Okay, so I got the first letters. Get 0 to get the first position. Okay, then it's very easy now. Second letters, I get the first position. Then all I need to do is 2 fours here. So okay, so I will have now string first letters. First letter for first letters. String second letter. And second letters. Okay, then I'll have another list here. Should be a list of string return list. Then return list dot add first letter plus second letter. So okay, yes. So with this I can solve the first part. Then okay, that makes sense. I'll have A, B, C combined with letters from the second key. That's not the best solution, but it's something like this. Then and then return the return list here. Can we test this solution or not?
Walk me through your algorithm with the first example, the one that you used. Just walk me through it. Like talk to me.
You mean this one, 2 and 3?
Yeah, 2, 3 is your entry for what you wrote.
Okay, so here in fact I only added as an example the first key of the keyboards, but I will need to repeat this for all the keys in the keyboard. Then if you have 2 and 3 as the input, so okay, here for each digit on this string I'm getting the key here and I'm retrieving the list of letters.
What is the value of digits.length here in our
This dot
example?
length will be 2. So it's, okay. Then for each of those digits, I will get from my keyboard the list of characters that it has, and I add to this another variable here. So at the end of this for, keys pressed will have.
What will be the value for key in your first iteration?
On the first, it will be 2. So it will be the position 0 at this string, which will be 2.
Okay.
Okay. So at the end of this for, we will have the 2 lists on this keyboard, on this list, this map here, expressed, which will be ABC, and for key 2, for key 2 will be ABC, and for key 3 will be D, E, F. So we have those 2 lists here. Then here we have the key set for that map, we will have A and B. Sorry, 2 and 3 here in this case. Then the first letters here, we will have A, B, and C. And here we have D, E, and F. Then for all the letters on the first list, which will be ABC, we will iterate over the second letter. That will be D, E, and F. And we will add this combination here at the return list. So at the end, we will have something like this. But I use it uppercase here. I must have used it this way. Sorry.
No problem.
Lowercase ones.
What would be? All right. So sorry. Go ahead. But
How can you do this without doing the for loop on the top?
This one?
Without
Sorry, this
the
one.
same code that you have without doing this.
Without doing this one?
Yep.
Okay, well, I could get the letters. Let me think for a while. I could use here from digits. For sure, that's better. Sorry, I have an error here. But I could use instead of having the map, I could do digit dot get. That would be better. So no, that would not work. Oh, I can get them from the keyboard, right? So I don't need this first for. That's right. So this way I eliminate this part of the code here. Because I'm getting the keys from the keyboard. Better solution.
What is the complexity of this algorithm?
It's all of 2, so it's a square complexity because I have a 4 inside another 4. So that's not a good performance. Maybe there is another way to solve this, but I don't see anything now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any other question, Ricardo?
No, not so far. I'm looking through the code, but not so far. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So you discarded the first part of your code, right? Now, can you think of a way to make this work for more than 2 digits?
Yes, that's something. I would need some kind of recursion, but I need to think about that for a while in order to get something. Because, for instance, if you have 3 digits, I would need to add sorry, my editor was not working, but something there. So, I will need a way to figure it out if I do have more letters.
Why do you say that you need to think about recursion?
Because maybe I could have a solution where I get a list, like if I have a head on this list and a tail, and I could use this way to build a recursion algorithm where I call a method saying this is the first letter, those are the others we have. Then inside that recursion, I get the first letter from here, move to as a head of this.
Yeah. The reason I'm asking you is because what you can achieve through recursion, you can achieve through looping. Recursion is just a faster and more efficient way of doing loops.
Yeah.
But if you focus on finding the non-performant way, you might be surprised that might be your solution. So you don't need to jump into the hardest way of doing it. Just go from the easiest way of doing it, even if it's not performant. And then work your way into the more performant way.
Okay, that makes sense. Here we could, for instance, once I know that the digits can have the four characters is the maximum size of it. So let me think. It's not a solution, but let's see what we can get. So we can have the third letters, fourth.
Okay, with that there, what is the pattern that you found right now?
Okay, so for instance, if I don't have letters here, those lists would be empty. Oh, okay,
Right.
I think I got something here.
You see that you go 0, 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3. I could have, let me think. I can have a string here and go building it. String, let's say, I'll call it word. It will get the first letter here. Then I can, okay, that's good. Let me just, I can concatenate second letter and so on. It's not a good solution, but I think it will work. Third letter. Just give me a second. Okay, so now I have to add this word to the list. Okay, so that could be the solution, because if we don't have letters here, it will not add anything. So this works for, once I know that the limit is 4 digits, I could do something like this. That would work.
Yeah, but and now think about how to improve that.
Well, I could use, instead of the string here, I could use a string builder to have better performance. And but using force, I don't see anything else I could do here that are not just changing this operator with string builder. The next solution I would see would be something user recursion, but I don't see anything else I could make it better here.
Okay. You got any other question, Juliano?
No, I'm good.
All right. Thank you so much, Luciano. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
I'll let
Nice
you
to
know.
meet you too.
Thank you.
Okay, bye
Bye.
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 Onde que eu saio aqui? Então, bom, foi isso, né? Foi um teste, viu? Teve algoritmo aqui. Eu falei pra mim mesmo que eu não ia mais fazer de algoritmo, né? Você vê como é que a performance é ruim, velho. Depois começou a fazer sentido com a ajuda do entrevistador, né? Mas foi 46 minutos aí de entrevista, né? Foi isso, cara. Não sei, quando eu falo teste de algoritmo, eu já nem encano mais, tá ligado? Eu falei, né? Eu vi ali no e-mail que tinha teste de algoritmo. A partir de agora, os próximos que tiver, eu não vou fazer mais, não. Eu vou declinar. Porque provavelmente isso aqui não vai dar em nada, né, mano? Isso aqui. Você acha que eu vou passar no negócio desse, né? Acho que não, mano, sei lá, velho, já tô desiludido já de algoritmo, deixa isso aí pra lá. Sou um programador de fluxo de dados, né? Um negócio de algoritmo aí nunca consigo nada com isso. Mas foi isso por hoje, agradeço aí a audiência de você, agradeço por ser membro e te vejo na próxima.